Bill Collins, Frank Corcoran, Shauna Marie Sings, Michael Collins again, Jason Wade, Mitch Heyman, Amanda Coombs, Scotty G Productions, Nightbot. Welcome, Nightbot. Thank you for everything. Randall Fisher, Brendan B Squared.
I was waiting for the name so I could do it. I could say it.
Go ahead, say it.
Brendan Buttcheeks, he's here.
Todd Flowers. John Windsor, I think. Hardwood Steaks. Hey, good to see you. R2, R3, Locky Nut, Guitar Collector 12, Iron Bassist. Hey, haven't seen you for a while. Welcome.
Sounds like it's raining out there.
Frank C. The other Frank is here. Thomas Santiago.
What was in that soup?
Is that like the other white meat?
Other?
What was in that soup? Lentils?
Lentils, barley, carrots, beef.
Uh-huh.
What else?
Actual beef, or was it the what do you call it?
Beef, yeah, real meat.
The those cubes.
No, meat.
Delicious.
Delicious.
It was great.
What's up, Paul? Ah. Cool. 61 people learning about your lentil soup. Did you say it's going to sound like soup later? Guitar Girl KB, welcome.
The soup talk.
Welcome to Soup Dash Talk. Oh, how far are you from the fires, Randall? The LA fires, I'm a ways away from those, but we've got fires up here as well. So I think with major fires in Southern California and Northern California, which is behind me a ways, all Central California, which is, I'm not really central, but I'm right above central, I guess. We're getting all the smoke. And so the air quality is pretty bad.
You would think by now California would have sunk.
Mm-hmm. Well, if Lex Luthor had his way, you know.
That would be Arizona Bay, right? Isn't that what Tool said?
Arizona Bay.
Eventually, right?
What was it? Oh, he was Lex Luthor. He was buying up all the Nevada, right? Is this for this?
About that, I'm saying if anybody is a Tool fan, one of their songs they had basically eventually California is gonna a major earthquake, you know, San Andreas Fault and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll all be underwater and it'll be Arizona Bay.
I used to live right on that fault for years, and yeah, it was scary.
So would someone say that it's your fault?
Ooh.
Used to be.
Remember when I lived I was still in Illinois, and like these experts were saying, oh, within 15 to 20 years, that fault is going to shift and all that, you know, and that was a long time ago. It was like 30 years ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They still say, you know, the big one, there's going to be a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't here for the one in '89, but I remember watching it on TV like probably everybody else did. You know, well, there was a game, right? World Series or whatever.
Yeah,
when that happened,
Giants versus the A's. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember seeing that, and then, you know, I didn't live here, but I moved here, not Santa Cruz, but California. Probably that was in '89, 90. I moved here a couple years later after that. So I remember being scared to death about my first earthquake. you know. And then when it happened, it was like, whoa, what was that? And it really wasn't so bad, you know, unless they're like, you know, the big one. They're really not scary, you know.
Yeah.
Just kind of freaky, I guess.
Well, did you guys ever see Escape to L.A.? Kurt Russell? Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
Snake Plissken? Or the other
That
way?
sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does. Because it was cool whenever they had to, because there was a prison in LA, but it was under the water after the fault went. That was all underwater. And it's been so long since I saw it, but it was cool when they were traveling to the prison. You know, they were underground or underwater, and you saw all the landmarks and stuff in the ocean. It was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Was it LA? Or it was New York?
It was Escape to New York, and then
there was a sequel or something.
Yeah, the sequel was the LA.
Yeah, the more recent one. Yeah.
Yep.
Shauna Marie Sings says, I was here for the big one in '89. Thought it was the end of the world, but life goes on. Yeah, that's scary. That's scary, Shauna. I know a lot of people that were here then, and I've heard all the stories about where they were, you know, what it was like. But yeah, they're always telling you have to get ready. You have to be ready for it. You know, have a plan.
What kind of plan can you have if your house gets crushed in half? You know?
Well, it's most likely that's not, you know, that's really not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is power is going to go out. Everything's going to be, you know, nothing's going to work. There'll be no phone service, no electricity, no nothing. So
you'll have to kneel to Zod.
Yeah, well. So what? 61 people. Welcome. We're talking about earthquake safety and soup.
And now we'll get into some guitar chat. I guess this is just music chat. It's not guitar chat, but Iron Maiden announced that they're going to be going on tour next year. Starts in July and goes until the middle of October. So tickets go on sale Friday, November 16th. Wow.
Yeah. I saw on Facebook a friend of mine is going to go. They're excited.
Which one? Let's see. Where are they around, or when are they around you? Is it the Oakland show or the Sacramento show?
It'd be probably Oakland Coliseum, I would imagine. The
Oracle Arena?
Yeah. That's where the Van Halen 81 videos were filmed. That's
gotcha.
The same place.
That's September 10th of next year. So starts in Florida and ends in it goes over to Brazil, Argentina, and Chile. So where are they around here? Let's see. They're in Buffalo, New York. That's too far away from you, Dave.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Bowl, right?
The Barclays Center. Around me, they're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Atlanta, Georgia. Both about 4.5. Is Atlanta 4? Maybe 5? So we'll see. I saw them in 2000 and I think 2007 is when I saw them, and at the in New Jersey, the Meadowlands, and they were friggin' awesome. It's one of those bands, like they're not young, but man, they have some kind of energy, and Bruce Dickinson can still sing his tail off.
Was it loud? Was it super loud?
It wasn't like Motorhead, like too loud. No, it wasn't. It was cool. It was really, really good.
I still think they don't need 3 guitar players.
But I give them credit. I got to respect what they did. You know what I mean? When, what was it, Adrian Smith, when he left?
Yeah.
And then they got Yannick Gers, however you say his name. And then when Adrian Smith wanted to come back, it's not like they're like, oh, sorry, you got to go. It's like, yo, we have so many 3-part harmonies you know, let's do 3 guitar players. It's not like they're playing clubs, you know, they're playing huge stages. So I think it's cool like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have one guy riding the rhythm guitar and the other 2 doing the harmonies, and then they'll all 3 go into it. It's really cool.
Well, I think they should trade. I think they should trade the 3rd guitar player to Metallica.
I didn't bring Metallica up.
I know. Well, he should be a free agent and go to Metallica. like sports.
You know what? Who was it earlier? Matthew Stewart asked, and I don't know if you saw this, Dave, but they're having the Hendrix Experience tour.
Yeah, they do that every year.
And Dave Mustaine is going to be a part of that. And when I first heard it, I was like,
that is just not good.
I mean, here's the thing. Mustaine is an awesome guitar player.
No, it's not.
But yes, he is. But I've never heard him play.
Lately?
Huh?
You see him play lately? He's a mess.
I really haven't heard him play lately.
He's a mess right now.
Oh. Well, just in general, Dave Mustaine, in my opinion, is a really, really good guitar player.
Well, did you see him play with Steve Vai on the 52-hour jam?
No, I didn't see that.
He was horrible.
Well, anyway.
I didn't see that either. What time was that?
A reason?
Huh?
Did they not show that?
No, well, they showed it. I saw it.
I'll have to go watch that too. But anyway, it's just a strange thing. It's like I've never really heard Mustaine play anything but metal. So it's just it's a weird thing. It's not like he's one of those guys that, you know, you see him playing other stuff and then he just plays metal. I don't know, just a strange thing.
Mm-hmm. So he was playing like what? What am I trying to say?
What were they playing when he played with Vai?
When he was playing, yeah. What type of
I
stuff?
don't know. They just jammed and both soloed, and it looked like Mustaine couldn't even stand up straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
Let's see.
Looked like he was off the wagon big time.
How do you say your name? Metallics? Metallics music. There we go. Hey, Johnny Beane, I like your tune, Fabulous Girl. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. That's something I did. What year was that? 2011, I think. Available on iTunes and Spotify.
You want to give a little background about it?
Let me think. That's one of those tunes. It's just an instrumental. Actually, no, there's voices in it. If you guys listen to it, there's like talking. That's one of those. It started off as just a demo, and then I basically wrote a song around it, and then released it. You know, put it on iTunes and everything.
What guitar did you use, or guitars?
Oh man, 2011. What was I using?
You're making it seem like it was 30 years ago.
That's, you know, to me, yesterday was a couple years ago. I was probably using not this hammer, but the black hammer, the black Phantom. I was probably using I was probably using that, and what else was I using then? The Telly, my regular Fender Telly that I use, the 72 reissue, and the GMW. Actually, I do a little solo outro. I mean, it's not really soloing; it kind of is. At the end of that, and I use the GMW, and I know that because I filmed myself recording that, and put that up as a separate video. So there is a video on the channel here of me doing the outro solo to that song. Just look up "Fabulous Girl" on the channel, and you'll see me playing the GMW. That's right. That's right.
Cool.
It's all coming
back to you now.
It's all coming back. Michael James, you're in Northern California too? I saw something. Somebody was asking what we think about the how do you pronounce that guitar? That new Fender guitar. Have you guys seen that? The
I'm trying to find out what you're talking about.
Who asked that? Was it Bruce? There we go. Yeah, Bruce asked it. He tagged everybody in it. METEORA.
Man.
How do you pronounce that?
I don't know. Meteora?
Meteora? I think that's it. Yeah, the Meteora. Have you guys seen it?
No.
It's a brand new guitar from Fender. I like it. I think it's cool because it's different.
Brendan Buttcheeks, he says, I like it.
Here, I've got some pictures.
Jason Wade, I sent the link to Dave and Johnny earlier, and I guess the interview is a couple years old. That's what Johnny was saying. The interview with Eddie was from 2015 or maybe.
Yeah. 15, 16, somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, that came out as a separate, I think. I mean, I was in the car. I was just leaving Target.
Mm-hmm. Target
had to get some kitty litter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just getting in the car when you sent that link over, and so I looked it up real quick, and you said go to page 245 or whatever. So I went and I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled, and I looked at it, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen that.
Oh,
I'm like, I've seen that before. Yeah, it was an Eddie Van Halen interview where he's talking. What were they talking about then? The Lunchbox, I think. Right? I think it came out when the Lunchboxes came out. Maybe.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
This thing, Johnny.
Yes. Yes. Here, let me.
God, there we go.
There it is. I think it's cool. That version, that's basically it's a Telecaster, but it's got kind of an offset body, and yeah. What do you think of that, Dave?
It's not my cup of tea.
No.
Too weird looking for me. I love Telecasters, but that's kind of Telecaster meets Firebird meets something else.
Mm-hmm.
Not my thing.
Wait a second. 2 weeks ahead of the start of the NAMM convention. When is NAMM?
It's end of January. I think that guitar was at last NAMM.
Oh, this article is 10 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you talking about? This guitar leaking? Is this the right one?
Leaking.
Yeah, it says new Fender offset, the Meteora leaks ahead of NAMM. This was January 10th of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was at last NAMM, but you know how stuff premieres at NAMM, and then it takes almost like till a whole year for the stuff to actually hit the street.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So that guitar is just now like coming out, I believe.
Gotcha.
I saw a video on it that Fender just put out of the guy that designed it, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, and I like it. I mean, look at this guitar behind me. You know, Dave, would you play this?
Yes.
So you'd play this, but you wouldn't play that.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, I would. If I had them both sitting in front of me, I would probably pick this one up because that thing behind you.
Well, I mean, I would play one like that, Johnny. I wouldn't play that one because I'd probably need a tetanus shot.
All right, if it was new, we'll state it like that.
Yes, I would play.
These were new.
Yeah, I would play the one behind Johnny.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't play this in front of people. But if I needed some like different sound, if I was recording something, I'd pick something up.
People.
Yeah, no. If there's anybody watching, I probably wouldn't pick it up.
Uh-huh. Well, see, that's one of the reasons why I like this and why I like that is because they look different. And when you show up to a gig, I can't tell you how many gigs, I played these guitars at, and not so much the audience, but the other bands, the other guitar players and the other bands would come up to me and be like, "Hey, what is that?
Dude, what do you play?
What kind of guitar is that?"
Yeah.
Because they've got a Strat, they've got a Tele, they got a Les Paul, the basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when you show up with something that's a little different, it gets the attention.
You're right.
So, yeah. How the hell are you, Angelo? How the hell are you, man? Welcome.
Wait. That just made me think of something. Welcome. I don't know.
Is it still Halloween?
I left that up because it just looks cool. But that's everything else.
Well, plus you can use that all year round because that's because what goes on in there.
Yeah, exactly. Do not. Yeah. Don't open, even though it's open, so the light will come through. But yeah, usually the bathroom, keep it closed.
Zombie inside.
Yeah, and zombie in toilet.
Stay away. Who would take the time to write zombie inside? Wouldn't they just run off?
That's a good point. Every man for themselves,
Speaking of Halloween, I guess that happened a little while ago. But besides Target, I was also at this place called Rite Aid. I don't know if you guys have that out there.
Yeah.
Rite Aid. It's like a CVS. Do you guys have CVS?
Mm-hmm, we both.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's like a Walgreens. You guys ever heard of Walgreens?
Yeah.
And anyway, they still had all the Halloween candy sitting there, all 50% off, 30, whatever it was. And so I was walking down the aisle, thinking about it.
Did you get the candy corns?
I'm like, man, I could really use a bag of like 200 mini left Twixes. No, I didn't get anything. No.
I thought you were doing that, Jay.
I know. I completely forgot about it. I was too busy eating the rest of my Halloween. Sorry, the rest of Ellie's Halloween candy.
Well, see, the thing is, if you make that corn cob, whatever that was,
corn cob pipe and button nose.
Yeah, if you actually make that, you put it together with marshmallow paste to make it stick, and then you can eat it when you're done.
Yeah,
man,
you might as well be driving to the dentist as you do it.
Oh man, yeah. I stopped eating, Jolly Ranchers and all that kind of stuff because I've been to the dentist way too many times over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Most of these teeth aren't even real. You get to a point. Huh?
You serious, Clark?
Well, sort of.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, these two bottom teeth. Why am I showing you guys this?
I don't know.
The tops of these two bottom teeth are fake because I bit into something and both teeth went. It was horrible. Oh, if you guys follow me on my Instagram, you'll see pictures of me at the dentist and all kinds of fun stuff.
Oh, that's great. I'm gonna have to go follow you right now.
Why don't you just follow him to the dentist?
Last time I was at the dentist, real quick. Last time I was at the dentist, I came out and I got on my phone because one of you guys sent a message to the group or
Oh,
something, you know. And I'm like, okay, what's this? And I'm walking to my car, okay, and I click the thing, you know, you click the little fob or whatever it is to open up your car, you know, unlock it, and I go, and the door opens up. I go to get in, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not my charging cable.
Oh.
And I look up, and there's a lady with a baby facing me. And what does she say? She's like, this is mine or something. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not my car.
Holy crap!
There's a lady with a baby, and luckily, I was in a neighborhood that's really, you know, nice. You know, because it was, I was freaked out.
Yeah,
I was freaked out. But see, that's why you guys don't go getting into, you know, other people's cars when you're on your phone, because you'll be just totally distracted.
Well, I'll give you my real quick story that's kind of like that. One of my buddies lived in an apartment complex, and our two other friends were going over there to watch boxing, right? So they get there. This is my friend Andre, who passed away earlier this year. This was his father's apartment where he was staying at the time. So Jimmy and this other guy Joe get there, and they're knocking. They're like, Andre, open the door, you know. Andre, what are you doing? They're pounding on this guy's door, or Andre's door. Andre's not answering. So Jimmy calls Andre, open the damn door. You're not knocking on my door. They were knocking on the neighbor's door. Could you imagine? It was like 11 o'clock at night. They're probably, if anybody was home, they're probably paranoid. Like, oh my God, somebody's trying to break in, you know? Almost the same thing. Like if somebody did, and they were trying to open the door too, because they thought it was Andre's place, just open it up and go in. So if somebody was home and somebody's pounding on the door and opening up the knob, you know, holy crap.
Yeah. I've got it real quick. I've got a story similar. Let me just say I know a family that moved into a brand new house. Okay. And like literally a week after they moved in, some like crackhead comes to the door, and he's like banging on the door. He's like, let me in. Apparently it used to be a crack house.
Oh.
And so this dude's peeking through the windows. Let me in.
Did the people who bought it know it used to be a crack house?
No.
Oh man.
And they're in there with their small kid and stuff, totally freaking out. Yeah.
That's what I'm calling the real estate agent and be like,
yeah,
you know what you're gonna do at that point? You already own the house, so
yeah. Hey Vinny. What's up, Vinny? Good to see you, man. Hey Les. Thrash metal and fun riffs. What's up, dude?
He said, I gotta grab some grub, chat freely while I listen. I can't talk tonight, man. Yeah. I thought my tongue is bigger than normal.
Dave's not here. Yeah. You guys know that? Let me in. Dave's not. It's Dave. Oh, Dave's not here, man. Oh. Wow. Marco's images. Hey, huh?
The captain's here.
Michael Smith. Michael, dude, you've been working overtime on Facebook, dude. You guys see all the stuff he's been posting?
He posted a couple things on my wall, and I'd glance at it, but I some of it's so weird, man.
Yeah, it's you know? Nonstop, just weirdness. Oh, Facebook has just been weird lately. First of all, Facebook, I don't know if this happened to just me.
Real quick.
On the mobile, yeah, real quick. It's a series of real quick stories. Let me know in the chat. Has this happened to you guys? The Facebook, mobile app. It says I'll have like, I don't know, 10, 15 updates whatever it is. I'll go and click on it. All I see is stuff from like hours ago, yesterday. Like there's like all the new stuff. What it wants to do is you open it up and it shows you all the stuff you haven't seen yet. So you have to scroll through all this crap that you haven't seen to see the stuff that you need to see.
Mm-hmm.
But all the stuff that it's alerting for you to actually see, it's not showing you. Have any of you guys noticed that?
Maybe.
No, my Facebook works perfectly.
So yeah. So first of all, yeah, that's weird. And then what else? I don't know.
Well, did you read Absolute Mayhem's comment? He said, my friend had an apartment number 906, but he went to 609. Knocked on the door and someone said, come in. It was some old lady. They thought he was in the Twilight Zone. That's got to be like when you said when you went into a car that you thought was yours, and then you see somebody sitting there.
From the outside, it was my car.
Huh?
From the outside, it was my car. It looked exactly like it.
Yeah.
And I clicked the thing, and I don't know if I was spaced off because I was reading whatever I was looking at.
Did it have a big 5150 in the window with a Van Halen striped license plate?
No, it didn't.
Then it wasn't like your car.
That's right.
Well, that's the other car.
Oh,
there's two cars. I drive two different cars
at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. So I clicked the thing. I heard the thing go off. The doot whatever it is, and I go and you don't think about it. You just go. You swing the door open, and I look in there. I'm like, that's not my charging cable. That's red. Mine's black. You
get that weird feeling instantly just goes across, and you're like, what the? And then you get the cherry topper with a woman and her baby sitting there.
Yeah. Well, what she was doing was she was putting her baby in the stroller, and they were facing me. So as soon as I shut the door, they're standing right there.
Oh, I thought you meant like they were in.
No. Oh no, that would have been. Wait a minute, that's not my family.
Well, I got a new one now, so might as well.
Oh,
it was like that Star Trek episode when you're in this parallel universe and everything is kind of the same, but it's not. The
kind of like these videos. Kind of like these shows.
Was that the original series?
The original series, yeah. It's the only series.
It's the only series. I know they just announced that the Next Generation series is on Netflix now, but I always felt like were you ever a fan of the Next Generation?
No. I don't like any of the other Star Treks except for the original one.
Well,
because it was so corny but so cool for the time.
Yeah.
They made it work with whatever they had,
You almost expected it because, like you said, the time, so it's like you expect it to be corny. But the Next Generation, I feel like the series I never liked, but the movies that they made off of the Next Generation I thought were really, really good. And I love Picard. I think Picard, he had almost a harder time than think of Sammy going into Van Halen after Raw.
Because he's too cerebral. He wasn't a fighter like Kirk was.
But I mean, getting somebody different, I think, worked.
Well, you'd have to because it was the 24th century, whereas the original took place in the 23rd century.
I'm just saying it was a hard thing to do as far as Picard coming in after Kirk, But I thought he did a good job. Why did I bring that up?
I don't know.
Oh, you were talking about the one episode with like an alternate reality where it's like everything's the same, but everything's kind of different at the same time. Which was that season 1, 2, or 3? Do you remember the name of the episode?
It was probably in season 2.
I'm gonna have to go find that because I love stuff like that.
Because by season 3, all the episodes were horrible.
The budget.
It was just it was bad. Season 1 was really good. Season 2 was all right. And season 3 was just Fat Kirk.
You could be talking about this.
Fat Kirk with a lot of hair.
That just sounds funny.
Yeah. Yeah, John. Yeah, I like Star Wars. Not enough to talk about it, though.
Well, because there's no one else here. Well, I like Star Wars too, but I prefer Star Trek. If I had to choose, I'm more of a Star Trek guy.
Mm-hmm. Just overall.
Yeah.
Overall, the different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the original Star Wars, the original trilogy. Everything after that, you know.
Brandon wrote, if Caleb had a spin-off band, it should be called Fat Kirk. Nerd Halen and Fat Kirk.
Speaking of it's not really Nerd Halen, but did you guys see the footage of Caleb playing at the whiskey?
No.
I didn't see it either.
Playing the Queen. What's the song called? Something Keep Alive.
Is it on his
Love Alive?
Yeah. It was on where was it? I saw it on Facebook.
Instagram? Look, it just popped up. Sammy riding a bicycle.
That's his bike.
Mm-hmm.
That was his signature bicycles. Where's Steve? Steve Anderson, man, that's the bike that you wanted way back when.
I think Sammy still has it.
I kind of think if Steve could get a pair of Sammy's old underwear, he'd wear it.
Might do more than wear it.
Yeah, those were the bikes. They sold those in Sausalito. Place called Sausalito Cyclery.
Who made them?
He did.
Kramer, Dean.
I don't remember.
Was it like a decent bike company?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Speed bikes.
Yeah, because he's an actual mountain. Well, look at that picture. You know?
Actually, I think he was one of the originators of the mountain bike. I think he was one of the guys that came up with that idea.
Wow.
That's cool. Speaking of bikes, yeah, I got to get a bike.
To ride it up that hill that you'll stop doing.
Yeah, I you know, living around here, you know, I'd be better off with a bike. Clayton James Hicks, 1998 Hicks. Johnny, today is Frankenstrat Friday. That's right, Clayton.
That's right.
That's right, man. How you doing? Good to see you. Thrash metal, Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Keep yourself alive. Yeah, that was the song. Caleb played that at the whiskey with the ultimate jam night.
See, I only saw pictures. I didn't see a video.
Yeah, I didn't see a video either. I saw a couple of pictures of him playing his gray guitar.
Yeah, here's one of them.
That's the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gray picture.
Well, it's a screenshot. It's a screenshot from the video.
Where the hell's the video, Caleb? Come on now.
It's either on his Facebook or it was somebody. I don't know if it's on his YouTube. I think somebody else filmed it.
He's slacking.
Yeah.
He'll be slacking.
Brendan, I want to get on my bike, but I'm too fat, and no matter how much air I put in the tires, they stay flat.
Man, I used to ride a bike everywhere, you know?
Yeah, when I was like 12.
Well, no, back in the... I'll wait till you're done drinking because you're going to want to sing. Back in the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
I rode a bike everywhere. I lived in
year 2000.
Johnny Beane will ride a bicycle
Again.
No, seriously though. Yeah. 18 years ago, 19 years ago, 17, whatever it was, I was riding a mountain bike everywhere. And I mean, if you guys know the Bay Area, I didn't live here then. I lived in El Cerrito, Berkeley, I would ride, to Oakland and back. And these were like hour rides,
Did you wear a helmet?
No. I'll be right back.
Were you going to get your bike or your helmet?
He's going to polish the helmet.
Show's over. I can't continue after that.
That's easy to continue after polishing the helmet.
Oh man.
Darth Helmet.
Darth Helmet. Oh, Absolute Mayhem said Johnny's going to put on his cycling shorts. Ooh.
Either the red ones or the green ones.
He should just buy the EVH striped pants and just cut them at the knees, so those can be his, his bicycle shorts.
Terrible.
We've been jammed. What's so great about those movies and that style of movie, especially like in the 80s and early 90s, that those movies had the jokes that are almost so dumb, but they're so great and so funny at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Comb the desert.
Comb the desert. That's right.
You found anything yet? Not yet, sir. Not yet, sir. We ain't found shit.
That's a good one. Pizza the Hut. I mean, you can't. It's so dumb, but so good.
Yeah. Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them. That's right. 1 million space bucks.
One of the best movies ever.
I remember what grade was I in? So that came out when I lived in New Jersey. So that would have been what year? Because I remember I did a book report.
88. I think it was 88, 87.
Yeah, I think it might have been 87. But I think I don't know. I forget what year I did a book report. And this is when you get to choose your own book for a book report. I did a book report I bought the Spaceballs book. Needless to say, I failed that book report. And when you had to get up and speak about the book report, like, you talk about certain sections in the book, there was the scene with when they have the movie playing and they're talking about, this hasn't happened yet. When does it happen? Happens now. It just, that scene. That's one of my favorite scenes ever in a comedy. And I remember reciting that entire scene in front of my class, and I felt like a big idiot because everyone just stood there and stared at me, or sat there and stared at me.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Jim Nicholas asks if Eddie Van Halen used the Butler table on his 5150 guitar throughout the entire 84 tour. Yeah, yes, he did.
The entire time?
I'm almost positive he played it. He had it on that guitar for the whole tour.
The wooden one?
Whether it was wooden or plexi, it was on there.
There was, 2 or 3 different ones on that guitar? I do know at the very end of that tour, he didn't have it on there.
Either one?
Any of them. Because I saw a video of him doing his guitar solo, and he did some of the tapping, but he had the guitar all the way down, kind of like he did later on, like in Judgment Day.
Mhm.
Like he didn't have it sitting up.
Well, then I'm wrong. He didn't have it on during the whole tour.
Was Jim Nicholas, was Spaceballs the first movie to have Sammy era Van Halen in it?
No, I think Better Off Dead came out before that. Not Better Off Dead. The Wildlife.
Huh? Better Off Dead, but that wasn't.
Well, Wildlife. He said, did Spaceballs have the first Sammy era Van Halen in it?
87. Yeah.
I thought the Wildlife did. Thought that was 85.
No, the Wildlife was 84. And technically, some of the music from that ended up being Sammy era songs. Good Enough, Right Now.
But technically, that's not
AFU.
Van
But yeah, technically, yeah, Sammy had nothing to do with that stuff.
Mhm.
I think what he's asking is was Spaceballs the first movie to have Van Hagar music in it,
Yeah.
which yeah, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Shauna asks Dave, "Where's your baby?" What baby are you referring to?
Gem? You have a lot of babies back there. I mean,
She's talking about Snickers.
Oh, no, Snickers is right here on the floor next to me.
Yeah. You ask a guitar player where their baby is, and instantly they start thinking of their favorite guitar. Oh.
Thrash Metal says David Nesdell calls me trash metal. Ain't that right? I call you trash metal because I'm from New York and I can't say thrash.
He turned one syllable into two. Thrash.
Yeah.
So I love, we talk about a movie and instantly people start ripping off the quotes from it and little things. It's awesome.
What? What are you barking at? Come here.
She said somebody was just mentioning me and I want to come on the camera.
She was on the camera for the whole first half. Hi. What is it?
Come in.
She's like, oh, that breath.
No, it's not my breath.
Come in.
Oh yeah. Come in.
Come in.
It's like every time, because you know, you guys know I have a little dog too, and it's like every time the doorbell rings or something, somebody's walking outside. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Honestly, you know. What are you gonna do?
I'm just glad she does bark because the other one, the big dog, doesn't bark
Mhm.
at all. And I need to know when someone, you know, I need to be able to grab
Yeah.
No.
one of those. Yes.
No, it's like the best security system. You know if somebody's rooting around outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Howie's never been like a guard dog, you know?
That's because he's a fire dog. He's not a guard dog.
Yeah.
Is
That's right.
Johnny, is Howie one of those dogs where if somebody were to break in, he would just like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? What are you doing here?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Probably. But, you know, having the chickens, you know, having the rooster, the rooster is almost like a guard dog, where any noise, you know, the rooster goes off.
The guardster.
Mhm.
You feel better now that you're in my arms?
Thumbnail.
What's wrong with me kissing the dog?
I kiss my dogs all the time. Dave, if I ever come over, you got to pet me like that. That looks very, very soothing. I'll do the show from Dave's living room, and he's just gonna hold me and pet.
As long as you go like.
So weird.
But do I have to bark if somebody says come in?
No. But I want to see you licks. Never mind.
Oh, yuck.
Where's the vomit sound effect? Where is it?
Oh, gross.
That's as close as I got to it.
Podcast. Yeah, whatever happened to that saying?
Yeah, Johnny, whatever happened to the podcast in general?
You know what I really want to hear right now?
Right.
I want to hear that guy screaming that's on the It sounds like he's pushing it.
Yeah, the last little. Don't they have Christmas ones too? Or no? I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, I think they do. I think I saw them. What kind
If anybody in the chat wants to buy a round of them and send them to all of us.
Yeah, sorry, my camera's off for a few. But John asked, what kind of guitar is that behind me? That's a Hamer Phantom. That's an early '80s. I want to say that one's a 1983 Hamer Phantom A5 is what it's called.
John BL.
They named it after a warplane. Actually, it would be a Phantom A6, but
Is that true?
a jet, yeah, aircraft carrier jet. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh.
That was for John BL.
My God, that just felt so good coming out.
Play the scream with the farts. So
I could use a Twix bar right now.
who has a Twix?
I do, in freezer.
I have a little Snickers.
I do too. I have a little Snickers right here.
Yep. And I have a little. See, this is what gets me, right? Now, what does this say on there?
It says M&M's, fun size. Ain't nothing fun about that size.
Fun size would be if you brought in a potato sack full of M&M's. That's the fun size to me. This is like teaser size, you know?
I know, man. That's...
Fun size. Like, what's so fun about this? It makes you want more. That's not fun.
Yeah, because like that's like 2 bites. I know.
Yep.
I know. I had 2 nights ago. I had that same one.
This too. Fun size. I mean, they don't even fill the. Look at how much they actually leave out nowadays. They're shrinking.
You are that guy.
I am that guy because we're getting screwed.
Are you the same guy that makes a big stink over the potato chip bag not being full?
Yeah. Yep. I've called companies before. You know.
How many times can you complain about?
You go to McDonald's and they fill your glass of Coke up 3/4 of the way, or they don't fill it to the rim, and you go, "Hey, there's another sip. Put that sip in there."
Wow. Actually, these days, you fill it yourself.
Well, if you're at the drive-through, they fill it.
Oh,
But
that's right.
What they started to do is because I get light on the I say light ice when I order mine in the drive-through. Otherwise, it's they fill it all the way with ice, and you get like this much soda technically. So I say light on the ice, and then Dave, you're right. When they hand it to you, the fact that you say light on the ice, now they give you like they leave a couple inches off on the drink. And we all know, as men, we all know how important that is. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. What happened? Are we off the air?
Sorry, Howie has to use the bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by diabetes.
You know, I was playing my gem just before we went on, and I put it on a tuner. Still didn't need to tune it. I haven't tuned that guitar since I bought it. I got it.
Dude, it's
crazy. Still in tune.
It's the same with me. I haven't played this guitar in a couple days, and every time I plug it in, it's like it's just perfect. Perfectly in tune.
I mean, I didn't even, you know how the high E string usually goes a little bit flat? Still hasn't gone flat.
It's crazy, man. They knew what the hell they were doing back then, building those things.
There was another gem I saw on Facebook someone was selling pretty cheaply. I wanted to get in touch with you, but it wasn't in the United States, so it would have been expensive. After all said and done, it would have been expensive.
Yeah. And to ship something like that overseas, it's just too many things, too many variables, you know. R2 Arthur, I haven't tuned my 91 Jackson USA Randy Rhoads since 91. Oh man. I noticed that my Japanese Wolfgang can go in and out here and there. Like if the air conditioner kicks on in this room, after a little while, all of a sudden
it's sharp.
Yes, it goes sharp.
Well, that's with everything. That's with every guitar does that. But once the air conditioner goes off, it should be fine. It should go right back. It's the strings that, it's only metal that it constricts.
I don't know, my Universe, this one I very rarely have any kind of tuning problems with it. That thing stays in like a champ.
Did you like those pictures that I tagged you in?
Yeah. I responded and said, it's funny, you sent that, and I was playing that guitar as you sent that.
What pictures were they?
Just somebody posted a picture of a 91 Universe of that guitar.
I think it's a store, actually.
Oh,
I think
was
those
it
are for sale. I think those
was
are
it
for
like
sale.
$800 or something like that?
Right here.
Is that an original one, or is that a newer one?
It's an older one. I think the newer ones, don't they say like premium?
I think they say premium. No, you know what? I don't think they say premium on it. Oh, they might. They might.
Yeah, but I guess this is because look at the inside of the case too, the pink. Even though
that's a nice guitar.
Yeah,
they still own that same guitar.
I don't know if I have the original case that came with this one. I think when it got sent to Ibanez, I think I can't remember now. But it's more like the blood. Oh, geez, I'm.
Are you presented?
Yeah, I'm presented.
Oh, I thought I stopped. Whoops.
Yeah, sure. Ibanez UV7 BK Universe 91. It doesn't have the price. Guitar Max store in Poland.
Yeah,
that's got to be $1 million, that guitar, just because it's in Poland.
Yeah, that's awesome though, man.
Yeah, there was a few different ones, huh?
Did I ever tell you the story back in? Have you ever seen Steve Vai's Ibanez, the one that was that was carved. The Passion and Warfare guitar, the 7-string. He's got one that's carved like the record cover, Passion and Warfare.
What do you mean that's carved?
It's carved. The wood, the body wood is carved. It's a car. You know, like the skull and crossbones.
Yeah, the mother guitar or whatever, mom guitar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Steve Vai has one, a 7-string Ibanez that's carved like the Passion and Warfare record, all the colors and all that stuff. And this is just when the 7 strings had just come out. He was in Whitesnake, and my buddy Mark, who owns the number 6 swirled guitar, him and some other guy and a bunch of us put this guitar together with Ibanez for Steve. And at the time, they didn't have any 7-string edges. So I took the edge off of my personal 7-string to put on his guitar, and it's still on his guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
You got to tell him that.
I did tell him that.
You owe me an edge.
No, I got one back. I got one back like a year later when they were back in stock. They sent one to me.
Oh, okay.
They sent one to me. But mine, the one from my guitar, is on his guitar.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
Well, you know what? Let me see if I can find a picture of that guitar.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Whitesnake, for some reason I was watching the music video to a couple of those the music videos they were doing with when Steve Vai was with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was looking at those last night. I thought that was a good record. I had that record when it first came out.
Vi Snake.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have to take this bridge apart because my if like right now it'll stay, but if you move it enough, it'll start to. The washer is loose, or the nut that in the back is loose. So now it's not being that much of a pain in the butt. But when I play it, it does. There we go. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Can't have that with one of these bridges. See that?
Yeah, that sound is no good.
No. So
that's how all mine are. My Music Man and my Kramers and stuff.
Yeah, but these are
for the Kramers. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not cool, bruh.
For an Ibanez or a guitar that with a bridge that's supposed to float, that's supposed to flutter, that's not good.
Nope.
Mm. Oh, right. See ya, Pooh.
Absolute Mayhem asks, ever thought of
Never get used to that name.
The DR neon green strings on it? If I did, it would be one of those things where I would just put them on and
that covering comes off and it makes your guitar dirty. It creates green dust.
Ooh, green dust. When you don't play a floating bridge for a while and then you play one, it's so nice to go back and just do some goofy stuff,
Oh, did you guys didn't see that?
What happened?
A fly flew right past.
You or me?
Me.
Oh.
It was horrible.
Well, you said poo, so it's like, ooh.
Oh. Yeah, I just can't do the floating bridge thing. Just can't do it.
Yeah, some people didn't Philip McKnight did a video on about that.
Where he's like sitting here like this.
Yeah,
with like looking at the guitar. Yeah. Yep.
Just funny, like everybody's different, I would prefer not to have a guitar that didn't I'd prefer to have a guitar that would have some kind of tremolo system on it. And I wouldn't even think twice of buying one. unless it was like a Les Paul or something that really wasn't known for having a floating bridge. But anything that's kind of like has both, I would always choose the a floating bridge or some kind of tremolo system than not.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, for me, the two reasons is because when I play, I rest my whatever this is, you know, on the bridge while I'm playing. And so if I'm picking or whatever, I keep hitting the bridge, and if it's floating, you'll hear it, you know.
I think we discussed this before, but when you started playing, like your first couple guitars, were they hardtails or were they Floyds?
My first was just a regular tremolo, regular Fender style, non-floating.
Non-floating, yep.
And then after that, I went from that to hardtail, which would have been the headless guitar, the black one. And then it would have been, after that, would have been a Kramer with a Floyd Rose, but non-floating as well.
So that might be why. Because my second guitar, like I'd say after maybe 8 months of playing, maybe a little less or something, is when I got that Mexican Strat with, I think it had a Kaler or a Schaller. I'm trying to think what it was, but it was floating. And maybe that's why. It's like I learned very, very early maybe where to, you know, on a floating bridge where you can't go too far back or something. I don't know.
That's the guitar.
And that's your bridge on there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. I've never seen that guitar.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen it, but didn't know what it was until now. Like, holy
actually, remember when Steve Vai played David Letterman in '91?
Yeah.
That guitar. He played that guitar. He played two 7 strings, a regular dipped one and this one. Yeah, that's my bridge.
That's actually really, really cool.
I remember playing this guitar. It was cool. It was cool to be able to play this guitar.
Wow, you've played it?
Yeah, because before we handed it to him, I was able to play it. Yeah. I played a bunch of his guitars.
Bozique says, I remember a rumor during the Mitch Malloy debacle that ultimately led to Gary Cherone in Van Halen. Eddie and the guys were considering David Coverdale. I'd have been stoked to see Coverdale and Van Halen. You know what's funny about that, Bozique? I remember I was in the car one day, and I remember hearing that as well, a rumor about David Coverdale in Van Halen. And looking back, man, and even at the time, I remember, like, me and my brother were talking about it, like, that would actually maybe work, you know?
Yeah, I remember hearing that too.
Now, I wonder if that was just something that was, you know, because I never heard anything from, like, you know, you go back and hear all the names that were involved and like, oh, this person might have been. I never heard anything that they were actually considering Coverdale. But I don't know if you guys did.
No. Well, I mean, this is all back before the internet, right? I mean, for most people.
Yep.
Yeah. So the only stuff you heard was MTV News or the DJ on the radio or whatever. Yeah, that probably would have been pretty cool because he's a pretty good singer.
Yeah, and I mean, he had some pipes.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his own.
Especially back then.
He's got his own sound too.
And he could sing, like, when you listen to Whitesnake, right? He had, like, his vocal content or lyrical content. He had the songs where it was cool, and then he had the love songs as well. So he could kind of fit both molds of, like, singing the love songs and not sounding corny or cheesy. And he'd be able to sing the Roth songs and do it fine too. So looking back, I think I would have rather heard that than the Sharon stuff, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Sharon, did you guys heard the Joe Perry song with Gary Sharon?
Yeah, I heard it earlier today.
That just about says it all, Dave.
First of all, it's way corny, number one. Number two, the mix is so horrible. It's I mean, it's like they mixed their first record.
Well, how did you hear it? What were you listening to it on?
I heard it on the computer right here. The vocal, you couldn't even really hear the vocal over the guitar. And granted, it's Joe Perry. I get it, guitar. But you should be able to hear the voice.
Yeah, the vocals didn't really cut through. There was more of
and it reminds me a lot of Van Halen 3 because the vocals didn't cut through on that either.
Well, he doesn't. Same thing with Coverdale. Neither of those guys, they don't really sing that high, do they? Coverdale or Sharon?
What?
But
he sings pretty high.
I mean, not like Sammy high.
Yeah,
dude,
he can sing anything. He can sing anything that Sammy can.
Which one?
Sharon can sing anything that Sammy can. And probably do it better.
Marco's Images has a question about an EVH Wolfgang. Would anybody do a belly cut or elbow cut to their EVH? By a luthier, of course. Just throwing it out there. Well, the EVH standards, the Wolfgang standards have, don't they have both? Do they have the body cut as well behind?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't already have it on it, I wouldn't do it.
I mean, if you have an extra guitar, you're like, you know what? I want to get it done and get it repainted. Then if you're really hell-bent on doing it.
Would you do it to yours?
No. I mean, if I had like 5 or 6 of them laying around, that'd be a different story. Would I do it to them? Hell no.
Yeah, go ahead, do it to yours. Would you do it to yours? No.
I'm saying if I was hell-bent on doing it, then it's a different story. Hell-bent for leather.
Oh. It's like the same sentence, like twice. I don't know. I would do it because these days when I play guitar, it's like out to here. I have to wear my guitar all the way up like this.
Oh, so you don't need the what did he call it? The thing?
The butler tray?
Yeah, the butler tray. You got the other?
His stomach is already a butler tray.
The guitar sits right up here.
The McDonald's butler tray. That's funny, man.
There it was, John Biel. That was Howie's head. It went over there. Coverdale Page. Yes, I only heard that one song.
I love that record. Great record.
Yeah, there's some good tunes on it. Big drum sound and everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't mix records like that anymore.
Well, according to Dave, they don't mix records anymore.
Well, you know what? He's right with the Joe Perry song. I mean, I think a lot has to do with. Oh my God! Let me start that again. Can we start the whole show again?
Yeah, I'm thinking we need to just start the entire thing.
I honestly think what a lot of these bands and stuff as they get older, everything has, when you send a band a mix, they have to approve it. You know what I mean? So I think that whoever the mix engineer is for that record, I mean, Joe Perry might have been in the control room with him mixing it. You never know. But even if he's not, he mixes the song to what he feels like this is a good mix, and you ship it to the band, and they either say we're off to a good start or that's not. So it might have been that thing where the mix engineer sent it, he thought it was good, and then Joe Perry was like, I don't like it, and then they go from there. So that could be part of it. That's the way he wants to hear it.
It's funny. I was watching this video with Alan Parsons the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we weren't watching the video together. He was on the video that I was watching. But it's funny because the video takes place here in Santa Cruz. He was actually up here in Santa Cruz making this video. And this was like 10 years ago. But it was basically him behind the console talking about how you mix songs, how you make records. And he was saying that was it him, or there was a whole bunch of different people in this video. John Shanks was in it. What's her name? The one that gave me, remember that chicken poster that I have? How to record a chicken? I've got it sitting right there. I need to get it framed. What's her name? Sylvia.
Sylvia Massey?
Yeah, Sylvia. Yeah. I ran into her at NAMM. She gave Michael Smith. Remember that woman we ran into, and I told her I knew her from Facebook, and she gave us those posters. That was her. That was her. She was in this video. Whole bunch of people, but one of them was saying something about when you send your tracks. I think it was more about mastering. Maybe when you send it off to the person to do that, you give them all the control of how it turns out, and then they send it back to you, and 10 times out of 10 it's perfect, because the one that does the mastering or whatever, they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, and the video you're talking about, all those engineers are world-class mixers.
Yeah.
So they're not going to send something that has a heap load of issues to a world-class mastering engineer. So I'm sure if I sent a mix to one of those world-class mastering engineers, they might call me and say, "Hey, there's some issues in the low end," or you know what I mean? Because I'm not a world-class mix engineer. So it's a whole different ball game, man. You're talking the best.
But yeah. But one of them was talking about how when they get tracks. And this video was from like 10 years ago, so most of it was, well, Pro Tools and sending files.
Yeah.
Sending files to people. And they're like, if you're going to send me your song or your record, label all your tracks, only send me the stuff you want me to mix. Because if you send me stuff where I open it up and there's a bunch of outtakes, a bunch of tracks that, don't send those, because it just makes everything more complicated.
Yeah.
It was a cool video. It was cool.
I'll give you a quick story. I was I'm not going to say what the band is, but a band recorded their own record, shipped it to me, and I can't tell you how many vocal tracks I got. It was something like 17 or 18 vocal tracks, right? And it wasn't that they were all like the entire, it was like there'd be a sentence here, and then on the next track another sentence, and then on this one another one. It was just so broken up where I like opened up the session and I just looked and I was like, what the heck? So then I had to go through and basically comp together a performance, and I'm like, I'm getting paid to mix. I'm not getting paid to like put this together and like and edit and all this stuff. So
that's what this one guy was saying too, the exact same thing, where he gets all these tracks. But if you do send tracks where if you do a punch in, like let's say the song's 3 minutes and you do some sort of an overdub or punch, like 2 minutes into it, they don't want to see tracks where it's just like this. You want to go and what's the feature called? Where you actually where you make the entire thing one track.
Bouncing down.
No.
Consolidate.
Maybe, yeah, it was something like that, where they showed it, where the track, where let's just say it's a little punch in, just happens to be randomly, right here. There's a feature in Pro Tools where you can, where it adds the whole rest of the track behind it and in front of it of just silence, of just nothing.
Oh, that's called
bouncing down.
Strip silence, something like that.
Huh?
Strip silence, was that it?
No, I can't think of what it was called. I know the feature, but anyway, so that way when you send a track to somebody, like, they know where that goes. Like, because otherwise if you send a track that's like this big to somebody and it just randomly appears, if the data's missing, they don't know where that goes within the track.
Yeah, that happens too. I remember it's happened a couple times with me. Is like somebody will send me stuff, and it'll be like the guitar solo, right? Well, the guitar solo happens 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the song, but the file they sent me, it's right at the beginning. So now it's like, guys, you have to, when you're like you said, Dave, when you're bouncing down or exporting the file, it has to be where it is in the song, like, so.
Yeah. Yes.
Sec Palm Desert has a question for me.
Left Twix.
Well, left Twix, huh? The left ones are better. My mother-in-law actually asked, well, what's the difference?
I know, it's funny.
I was like, well, this is the left one.
Yeah, I know, but there's no middle. There's no middle one. It's just the left and the right.
You might have just thought of something.
Middle Twix.
The middle Twix. Yep.
John BL. A couple people just joined the Discord.
Sec Palm, we talked about that guitar in the beginning of this video. Just go back to the beginning.
No, don't go back. Hold on. My chat doesn't update as fast as you. I don't see his question.
It says, have you seen the new Fender
Meteor? Oh. Want me to repeat what you said, Dave?
You mean in person? In person, if it was at the last NAMM, yeah, I saw it. But it's just now you're just now seeing all the videos about it and stuff. Yeah, I like it.
And again, I'll just quickly, since he asks, and I'll just show it real fast, even though he's probably seen it as well. But that's not something I would purchase or play voluntarily.
That paid me a lot of money to play that one.
What if it was 7-string and had a floating bridge?
No, man. I like my angles sharp.
Good night.
Metallics?
It's Metallics.
Or Metal X?
Metal X? How do you pronounce your name?
John BL says I still like it. Yeah, everybody has their own, opinion about guitars and what they like, and I wouldn't look cool playing that. I would look like an idiot playing that guitar. Isn't that all what it's about anyway? How you look? I mean, geez.
Well, sadly, yeah. Yeah, it's it didn't, it's not, and then all of a sudden, like, it is.
Not who you are, you see, it's how you dress.
What was that? Was that a right Twix?
Last one.
Last Twix. He went from the left Twix to last Twix.
That's a, it actually said last Twix on it.
That's another great marketing thing they could be doing. You know, they should have a, you know, like every once in a while they'll have like this giveaway or this contest. If you find the middle Twix or last Twix in the bag, you win 1 million Twixes or something.
The golden
Twix.
The golden
ticket.
Twix.
Twixes or Twix?
What, more than one?
Would it be pie?
More than one? It's just Twix. Right?
So you wouldn't say how many Twixes are left. You would say how many Twix are left.
Is there any more Twix in there?
You would extend it so it's like 2 X's. How many Twix are in there?
I don't know. But Nesdal, do you keep those in the freezer?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Why?
That's what I said. Why?
I know. Twixen. Great. Oxen. There you go. Mouse, mice, mice, mouse.
Oh. Let me look at my what? Where's Joe Wentz?
Yo, did you see his video about the Guitar Center?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm like, is it still there?
Yeah, I think I watched it. Was it yesterday morning? But the first like 45 seconds of that it's funny as hell.
What's it about?
It's about like going to Guitar Center and then having somebody in there that's like has the amp on blast and, you know, thinking they're like Steve Vai or something, playing loud as hell and just wailing. And it's just funny. It's just like Joe Wentz actually he gets a little heated for a second. It's pretty good.
Well, how about working there for 10 years and having to listen to that?
Uh-huh.
I go into Guitar Center, I immediately want to leave.
Just walk with the revolving door, just walks in and right back out.
Yeah,
they need a drive-through.
I have a buddy of mine that used to work for me there that's still a salesman there. He's got a copy of my credit card, so I just call him up ahead of time, tell him to put whatever it is on my credit card, and I can go in and go out. In and out.
In and out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a premiere.
What?
Wait a minute. Oh no, Joe is doing a premiere to talk about how he will be live later. That's what he's doing. Oh. Too bad. Joe, I thought you were good. Oh, it's starting right now. There's that. Everybody knows this music by now. Premiere music. Oh. Joe, I was about to send. I was about to send 69 people over to you, Joe, but he's
but
not.
Now that you have that music playing, too bad. There was this kid when I was in guitar class in high school that for some reason always felt like it was a competition with me. You know, I never felt that way.
Oh, you had one of those friends too?
He wasn't. I wouldn't really call him my friend, but
well,
we were friendly.
Eventually, they're not.
No. But it was one of those things. I remember when I walked into the store name was Imperial Guitar and Soundworks, and if anybody's from the Newburgh area in Newburgh, they'll know what I'm talking about. So I remember one day I walked in there, and this dude was sitting there playing a guitar, and all of a sudden I walk in, he looks over, and I see him lean over and just crank the amp and just start trying to rip. I was like, oh God, you know.
Trying to?
Yeah, trying to rip.
That's a guy that has a lot to prove to people.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the exact opposite. If I do go to a guitar store and want to try out a guitar or an amp, I mean, an amp's a little different because sometimes you want to hear it, you know, with a little bit of blast behind it. But a guitar, I mean, if I'm trying out a guitar at a guitar store, it's a very low volume.
And I very rarely plug in when I'm at a guitar store. I want to hear the wood. I want to feel the wood vibrating. I don't necessarily need to hear the pickups, because if I don't like it, I could change them.
Yeah, that's a good point. But you're right. I mean, if you pick up a guitar, a lot of times you just know by grabbing it.
Right. Exactly.
The neck and you just, you know, you start strumming it and it starts to resonate. You're like, oh yeah, this is good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it has to look good on you.
That's right. It should like a department store, like in the clothing section. They should have mirrors set up.
At guitar stores, Guitar Center needs to have dressing rooms where you put the guitar on. They give you a strap. Mm-hmm. You put it on. You walk in. Oh, this is how I look. Nice.
Yeah.
That's right.
Guitars you don't like, you just leave them in there, and they'll go ahead.
You should be able to put on your best pair of leather pants,
chaps,
and you know, yeah, and go topless, shirtless.
Mm-hmm. John Boulware, I peeped into the Kiesel live video yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Well, whenever the hell it was.
On Facebook?
Yeah, it's on Facebook. And basically it's a Q&A. You know, you ask questions about certain woods. You've seen them before.
Yeah, I've seen you in there.
Yeah. So I asked the question about, I said, will you be adding a stutter switch as an option in the future? And it got skipped right over. I was like, damn it.
You should have asked them whether or not they'll be selling to stores so people can actually feel them first.
They said they will never do that.
That'll raise the price. Then their product is never going to get out there, other than the ones they give to people.
Well, the cool thing is you have a 10-day return policy. If you don't like a guitar, you can send it back. So
that's cool.
But I mean, those are American-made guitars, and the prices are great because they don't have to. They're selling direct, so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like they're hurting at all. Because that question gets asked a lot. You know, will you guys ever be in stores so I can try out your guitars? So.
Mm-hmm. I saw somebody with what I thought it was one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody playing one. But actually, I don't think it was one of those. I think it was one of the other. What's the guitar?
Headless?
Huh?
Was it a headless guitar?
Yeah.
Strandberg.
Maybe. Maybe
you can get them. You can get them at the Music Zoo. They have them in stock. You could play.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones that are supposedly like ergonomically just according to your hand, like the back of the neck. The shape isn't like a normal guitar. It starts out, I think, big but triangle in the back or something. So your thumb rests on the top. Yeah. And then as it gets to the higher frets, the groove kind of like it's I've never touched one, so I don't know, but I've seen pictures of the back of anybody that has anything, you know, want to know about a Strandberg, just look at the back of the neck.
And they look horrible. They just are one ugly, butt ugly guitar.
I guess a lot of people that have played them love them, but I've never played one, so I don't know. Never played one.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I saw it. I saw someone playing it. What time is it? 10 till 9 till.
Mm-hmm.
Is Joe's live, but it's a premiere, so he's not really live. Did you guys see that? Is he still on? I was gonna send it. I was gonna send everybody over there, but he's not. Well, I guess he sort of is live.
He's live, but not.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole premiere thing kind of wore off. It's like it was super cool. Everybody jumped on it, and then it's like, eh. The thing is, though,
The village bicycle.
What?
Once everybody's had a ride, it's.
The thing is, there he is. He's rocking out. Look at this. He's rocking out. He's using like, he's actually in the studio. Or there he is.
Yeah, Joe, get it.
That mixing board looks way too big.
Oh, I see Bruce left. What's his other name? Stafford Studio left.
Hey, everybody, if you're looking at Joe, mention us in the comments on his channel.
Yeah. Hey, how's Joe commenting and playing guitar at the same time? Look at this.
Oh, it just turned off. Oh crap!
I think it's great. It's so funny that he's playing behind. He's playing in front of like a green screen with all that crap behind him.
That is funny. Speaking of that, you guys remember the old Paul Gilbert instructional videos?
Yeah, sure.
When he's playing, he's got like cheerleaders behind him, and he's like
sure.
of a truck or something. Ah, that was so good.
Mm-hmm. They used to play those at Guitar Center years ago, like behind the accessories, which they don't even have. There's no more accessories counter.
Oh well.
Yeah. Joe Wentz. What?
Thanks, Nightbot.
So what? Are we almost good?
Pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
No Rummeister.
No.
He has a can we even say what he has tonight? He doesn't care, right?
Was he got a gig or something?
He's got prior engagement.
Yeah. He said he's too busy.
Too busy.
He's indisposed.
You see what happens though, guys? You do the show for a little while. It's like, oh, yes, I have a show tonight. Yes, Steve's like, yes, it's Friday. We're doing the show. 5150 Friday, boys. I'll see you. I'll be on at 9:00 p.m. on the southern tip of Vancouver Island waiting. And then now it's like, I got better stuff to do. I'm not going to be on tonight. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. But, if you're subscribed to the channel and you click that bell.
But not that bell.
Huh? Brendan?
Yeah. Baby Butt Cheeks made the varsity basketball team. Congrats. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Put that on the back of his jersey. Butt Cheeks. Dave, did you see my new Instagram post that I tagged you in?
No. Which one?
The one that you're tagged in.
Yeah. You're tagged like 4 times in it because there's 3 pictures and then I tagged you. No, so you're tagged in each picture, but not in the post itself.
How come I didn't see it?
How come you didn't see it?
Do you have your notifications turned on?
I still ain't seen it.
It's this one.
I ain't been seen it yet.
It's
Oh
this-
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Well, how about giving me a like, will you please? Get the Ellie with the high five going.
Look, listen. First of all, I was at the doctor's office for a lot of hours today. Give me a break.
I posted it yesterday.
I don't want. What do you mean yesterday?
Ah, for Christ.
I saw it today. I didn't saw it yesterday.
Okay. All right. Are we good? I think Howie has to go out. Yeah, I think it's W time. So yeah, so I don't know. And Jay and I we'll see what's going on.
Is this the other one?
Yeah, there's 3 pictures to it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you swipe left.
Oh, I'm looking.
But Zeke, you're good.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at that. You do swipe left.
You learn something new every day.
Yes.
Listen.
Look, David Nesdall liked my post. Thanks, Dave.
Let me see. I think there's a feature on here too, where you can call each other. Have you seen that?
What do you want to call me?
Oh wait,
Right? Right? Is that this or is that just Snapchat?
No, I think they just updated. How do you do it though? Message? No, it's not. Oh, would it be a video chat? Now, can I add anybody to this?
Hey.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah.
Can we add Johnny to this, or how do you do it?
Why would you want to add Johnny to anything?
Oh, I see Larry's guitar behind you.
Of course you do.
I love it.
Do you see that one?
Oh, yeah. Look what I'm seeing, everybody. I can see Dave's beautiful.
Can you see that?
Wow. See, you should be posting this stuff and showing it. I'll show it.
I've done it before.
Look at Dave's pedal board. Now I don't want to see your leg. I want to see your pedal board. Go through.
I'm missing a pedal. My buddy Dennis is borrowing one.
What a menace.
Oh, that reminds me. Oh.
You got 2 days. Go ahead. Go
I
through
got baby diabetes. Oh, Dodie.
That reminds me. If you this is gonna sound really weird, Dave. I mean, this is funny though. If you Google me,
Yeah.
Google my name, and if you Google me, you'll see a bunch of, it says similar artists or something,
Uh-huh.
and Dennis is one of those.
Oh, cool. Can you see back there, Jack? Did you?
I hung it up.
Wait a minute. What's he showing you?
I started to get a little bit of feedback.
Can you see back there? Okay. Also, real quick, you know how you can add music to your Instagram posts or your Instagram stories or whatever? You can add music. If you guys want, feel free to do this. Type in my name and you can add any of my songs.
Oh,
and then tag me in the post. It'd be cool to see.
Neat. Don't play any of it though, because you're gonna get flagged.
Baby.
Oh man. Wait, so how do you do that? How do you call somebody? How do I get out of this? Is that a burp?
Yeah, it was. I tried to not have it be so obvious.
Oh how do I get out of this?
Oh,
I couldn't get out of the. Okay, let's see.
Let's figure it out later. Is it time? Is it time to go?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Howie has to go. Oh, my phone's at 1%. Dang it.
Damn.
hey, here you go, Johnny. Take one of this. Use that.
Plug it in. Plug it in.
Now it's up to 30%.
Oh.
Oh, thank you. James Orcutt. He just liked one of my tweets. Thank you, James.
The heck was that?
Wasn't me.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Once we're done, show me how you do that, because I knew about the feature, but I've never actually tried it. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys maybe later. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, we won't.
Not gonna do it.
No.
Not gonna do it.
Oh,
Imprudent.
sounds like it might be a Joe Wentz takeover again. That's what it looks like. Man. Well, Joe. Somebody, where is Joe?
He's not watching you right now. He's about to. He's gonna.
Yeah, he's got his face full of guitar right now.
Joe, man, I was gonna say, Joe, if you go live right now, I'll send everybody over to you right now.
Right now.
Yeah. He's probably having dinner. Well, no, it's 10 o'clock there. Okay. Well, okay. So in 1 hour, you guys, if you're looking for something to do, watch, jump into Joe Wentz, the Joe Wentz Project.
He's on at 11. That's a pretty good time to go on. 11. Why not make 10 louder? These go to 11.
Uh-huh. Or 10:01. All right.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up. And I don't know. Maybe we'll see you guys over at Joe's place.
Joe's place. I like it.
Yeah. Joe's garage.
All right. Well, no, that's actually a thing.
I know it's actually a thing.
Okay. All right. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
johnnybeane.com. Bye.